Hey friends, welcome back to the channel and welcome to April's favorites. So this video are my favorites from April. On Friday, you will get what your favorites were for the month of April. So I'm gonna break it down into 4 categories: lifestyle, beauty, clothing, and of course, bags, because we love bags on this channel, and fashion and all those things too. But I have been using quite a few things this month that I thought it would be helpful maybe to touch on, and it'll kind of play into my video that's going to come out on Monday, which will be my April check-in for my no buy low buy year, and as it relates to something else that's kind of going on and another channel that I will be starting. So with that being said, let's get into my favorites from the month of April. So starting with lifestyle, as you know, our renovation is over. Yay! Thank goodness for that. And as a result, we've been obviously decorating and finding homes for things that we got out of storage, etc. And I was watching, I think during the holiday season, like a ton of the, best 50 Amazon gifts, or I don't know. For some reason, I went down a rabbit hole of like best Amazon products that it would be, for the home, for the whatever. Anyway, and one of the products that I saw, I thought, this is genius. And especially in this apartment, the outlets are kind of in odd places, and we just, because of the way the walls are and some of the walls are, we couldn't add outlets to some things. So for example, the outlet that I needed to use for like my nightstand situation is behind our bed. Well, if any of you have tried plugging in, especially if you're talking about like a brick for a phone or anything like that that has a charger, whatever, anything you put into that outlet then sticks out, right? So this item, and I will have everything linked in the description box below. If I remember, I will try to remember to put it in the pinned comment too, so it might be easier to find. But anyway, this product, genius. I don't know who came up with it, but it's genius. So it's perfect for, in my opinion, 2 different situations. One is what I just described, where you have an outlet that is behind something. So let's say it's a bed, let's say it's the couch, let's say it's, an armoire up against a wall, under your TV, something like that. And you want to be able to push that piece of furniture up flush against the wall. If you have those outlets, if you have anything plugged into the outlet, those cords all stick out, and then you can't do that. So this plate, and hopefully you can see that, plugs into one, the outlet, and it basically acts as an outlet cover. So also, if you are putting things and you need to plug things in, but you don't want sort of that unsightly, if it's in, you're decorating in your living room and you need to plug some things in, and you don't really want to run the cords like along the wall all the way over to the, to the outlet, and it just kind of looks unsightly. This covers the outlet, and then it has this extension cord, and it's got 3 outlets built in. Now you can get these in different lengths. You can also get them in like a dual format. So for example, the one we have behind our bed is a dual outlet one. So it's one of these, and there's a cord coming out this side, and there's a cord coming out this side. So one goes to my nightstand and one goes to David's nightstand, and it's in a different length. I think it's either 6 feet, 8 feet. This is 3 feet. But like I said, you can get them in either single ones like the one I just showed you. You can get them in double ones like the ones we have behind our bed, and you can get them in different lengths. So highly, highly recommend. Like I said, if you are struggling with having to plug things in, behind a piece of furniture that you would like to be flush up against the wall, or you are trying to hide an outlet and not have it so unsightly with a bunch of cords going to it. So yeah, genius product. Whoever came up with it, kudos to you. So the next item is called the micro stitch. You can see how tiny those little are. So you get these black ones and you get white ones. And this is perfect for example, if you are larger busted and you have that gaping problem here, you can simply put this and put it into the fabric, press, I'm not gonna do this, but press that, and it makes a tiny little stitch that you'll never see, but yet it keeps that closed. I used it the other day because I had a collar. Oh, you know what it was? It was on my Fendi Zucca go-to jacket thing. I wanted it more closer in, and so that's why I had the dark ones, and you know it's obviously black and brown, and so I just did that on each of the lapels, like right here and right here. Perfect. So highly recommend this. There are so many uses. You could use it if, for example, you know, part of your hem comes down on a pair of pants and you don't have time obviously to take it to the tailor or something like that. Just a quick little stitch like this can hold it in place until you can get to the tailor. So genius product. So I am on a bit of a health journey, and so these next 3 items are sort of all related to that. And the first is my walking pad. So I will insert some footage here. So here is my walking pad. As you can see, it's under my desk at the moment. So I have a sort of sitting, standing desk. So obviously right now it's at the standing position, and I just kind of move my chair over here when I'm doing this. It does come with a remote. So actually here, we'll just kind of go on it. So you just turn it on, and then once it zeroes out, you press start again, and it counts down from 3, and then it just starts at 0.8, so very slow. And I usually walk somewhere between 3 and 3.5. But yeah, that's the walking pad. So yeah, I am loving it. I use it probably 4 to 5 days a week, I would say. There are some times, you know, if I'm working and if I'm really need to be typing like for a long time during the day, it is a little hard to type, I would say, consistently and accurately when you're, you know, if you're walking 3.5 miles an hour, something like that. But I'm loving it. And yeah, I've had it for a couple weeks now, and I'm really enjoying just being able to get steps in. That's one of the hardest parts, I think, of working at home, is that it's so easy to just stay here and never leave and never get outside. And so this at least allows me to get steps in while I'm working. All right, the 4th item in lifestyle is this food scale. Now, I've had this honestly for probably 3-4 years. I definitely had it in Kansas City. I had a different one, and then it just, I don't know why I replaced it, but anyway, I replaced it, like I said, probably 3 or 4 years ago with this one, and I really like it. Pro tip, if you are trying to weigh something, because I use this a lot when I'm like sending packages too, as sort of like a postal scale. But you know, if you put a huge box on it, it blocks the screen. So take a large like mixing bowl, okay? Put it on the scale part, put the mixing bowl on it. That then gives you a higher platform to put the box on. So you put the bowl on, make sure you zero out the scale so it's not taking into account the weight of the bowl, and then put your box on top of the bowl, and you'll still be able to see the window. So hope that helps. All right, and the final lifestyle product, again, this kind of goes along with my health journey thing, came in this box. As you can see, this is a Renpho Smart Body Scale. Now, I bought the combo pack that also came with the tape measure, which is really cool. So it's a smart tape measure. Sorry, I didn't want to bring the scale in here. It's in our bathroom, and I just figured I'd show the box. But anyway, what I love about this is that it gives you information more than just your body weight. So, you know, I really wanted to see, you know, am I maintaining my protein levels? Am I maintaining my lean body mass? Am I losing subcutaneous fat? Am I losing visceral fat? You know, all those things. It tracks your water within your body, and it does it with these, like, there's 4 sensors. You have to make sure that you are standing on it with bare feet, so it won't measure those things if you are wearing socks. But I don't generally wear socks. I'm pretty much just butt naked when I weigh myself. But yeah, I have been loving this, and then it all tracks in an app. So multiple people can use it. You set up like your own profile and it recognizes that. So you just basically open the app and step on the scale, and then you stand there for probably, I don't know, 5 to 7 seconds, something like that. And then the app registers everything, and then you can get off. And the same thing with the tape measure. So again, I think they have other products too that you can link to the app, but I just have these two. I think somebody said maybe there's like a food scale also, so that might be interesting, although I don't know that I need to really track anything with my food scale. I'm just trying to weigh my food to know how much, making sure that I'm with the right serving and that kind of thing. But I have been loving this. So I measured myself at sort of the beginning of my journey, and then I've measured myself 1 month in, and yeah, so this is really handy to just so you don't have to write things down, and it just logs it for you. So yeah, very happy with my Renpho Smart Scale and Smart Tape Measure. All right, let's move on to beauty products. Some of these I'm sure will be no surprise to some of you because they have really become some holy grail products for me. And of course, let's just start out with the obvious, and that is the Givenchy Prism Libre powder. I have mine in the Violet Rose number 3. If you've watched any of my Get Ready With Me's, you will know that I cannot live without this product. It is incredible. I will be very sad if I run out of it because I have other powder, and so under my no buy I really can't replace it, but I do have a travel size of this too, so I should be good for the remainder of the year. But anyway, highly recommend. This was one of your top products for the month of March. When I looked at my analytics, it's been very popular again this month. I don't know if it'll make it into the top 10 this month, but yes, holy grail, 100% recommend. The next product, again, is something that I have talked about before and raved about, and that is the Vintners Daughter Active Botanical Serum. I know several of you have also purchased this, and I've had several comments recently about my skin and what have I been doing, and it just kind of seems to be glowing and it looks so healthy. I 100% attribute that to this. This may be in the combination of the Givenchy powder, but this I just think have done amazing things for my skin as far as sort of firmness and brightness, and just like I said, just giving it more of a youthful glow. So it is a little pricey. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, but honestly, I sort of feel like it's liquid gold and think it's 100% worth the investment. All right, so the next beauty item I think has really become a favorite this month because of that Vintners Daughter product. And I have found that because of that product, I've really not had to use as much foundation, I guess, or that kind of heavy foundation. So I have been living for the last couple weeks in this Tula skincare, and as you can see, I am almost out. I think I might have a backup of this. I'll have to check. But this is it's called the Filter Primer, Blurring and Moisturizing Primer. It comes out white, and then basically it reacts with your skin and it sort of becomes sort of skin matching. It does come in different shades. My shade is in Sunrise for medium skin tones. But this is basically all I've been wearing, and this is what I have on today, by the way. All I've been wearing for the last few weeks, like I said, because I think of that Vintners Daughter product. I don't need a whole lot of coverage on my face. I mean, yes, I put concealer under my eyes because I have raccoon eyes, But other than that, I honestly, this has just been so nice. And I mean, it literally feels like nothing on the skin. It is weightless. It just evens kind of your skin out, I guess would be its sort of main purpose. And it's all I've been needing and all I've been using during the month of April. So the next beauty product is probably because I've been wearing a lot of pink lately. Probably because it's spring, but you guys have been loving me in pink. No, sorry, I'm not wearing pink today, but I've been getting a ton of compliments. Thank you so much for those in the comments, saying how great I look in, you know, that sort of really bright pink. And when I'm wearing that pink, I am generally wearing this Tom Ford quad. Sorry, I'm trying to keep it from getting in the ring light and catching that. This is in the shade Insolent Rose, number 30. This was a highly influenced by Dale from Dale's Addiction. So those are the 4 shades. I mean, you can definitely see I have used this palette quite a bit. And yeah, it's the perfect soft look. You're not gonna get like a super impactful, really smoky. I mean, I guess you could use like this color to get a somewhat of a smoky eye look, but it doesn't really, I mean, I guess it sort of does, but it just is very easy to blend out. I mean, it just, you know, I don't use it super impactful, like I said. Now I gotta wash my hands. But anyway, I have been loving this. I have another Tom Ford quad in kind of like a khaki green color that I tend to wear more in the winter. But as we're going into spring and summer, I definitely will be using this Tom Ford palette, and it was definitely a favorite in April. The final beauty product is actually in my bathroom, so I took a couple of pictures, and it is my skincare fridge. Now, this was not meant to be a skincare fridge. It's actually for like cans of soda or whatever. I think it can fit like 6 cans of soda, something like that. But I had one before, and I think it either died or I just didn't move it. I don't remember. It was pretty old, and it was like starting to kind of seem like it was sort of on its last leg. They're not expensive. I bought it off of Amazon. Now you can buy like skincare fridges, which honestly, I don't think are really any different than that, but they're a lot more money. So save your money, get the one that I'll have listed below. Like I said, it's from Amazon. I want to say it was no more than $40, but I love keeping my serums and those kind of things. And you'll see, I have a picture of it. I'm sure you're seeing that now, of it open so you can see what I have in there. So yeah, it's just great. And I just think it makes your items just, it feels great on the skin when they're cold. And yeah, so I'm loving having that, and definitely has been a favorite this month. All right, let's get into some clothing. So this is just an example of one. The first item is this t-shirt from H&M. Now, I have been living in these t-shirts as a layering piece under lots of the cardigans and jackets and things that you've seen me in outfit of the day pics on Instagram. And what I am loving about that Index app, guys, that I've talked to you about probably ad nauseum now, is that I can literally go into my app, and if I wasn't filming on my phone, which I think David's gonna get me an actual camera for my birthday, which was earlier in April, and then I'll be able to have my phone. So if I need to show you something on my phone, I'll be able to show you something on my phone. But anyway, I digress. My point is I can very easily go into the Index app and see exactly what I wore. So for my favorite clothing pieces and my favorite handbags of the month, it was super easy for me to go back through my pictures that through the outfit pictures, and then also the selfies that I took that I then married in the app, and see what were my most popular things, or what were the things that I used the most. And these t-shirts, hands down, were my number one layering piece. They are very much a Skims dupe. I don't know if you guys can kind of see from the fabric, but they're so similar to the Skims t-shirts that are like this. And these are $12.99, you guys. I mean, I think the Skims one are probably like $50, something like that. So save yourself some money. I have them in several colors. I have them in black, I have them in white, I have them in gray, I have this in pink. I can't remember if I have any other colors. Anyway, but you know, you're kind of basic. I mean, not surprising that I would have those colors, right? So highly, highly recommend. They fit amazing. I would stay with your true size. They're supposed to be a fitted t-shirt. I mean, I don't know that you want it to be like, you know, like totally like you can't breathe kind of thing, but I would say go with your normal size, stick true to size, and I think you will love them. Next clothing item up are these pair of trousers. Now, honestly, I have these in this color and I also have them in cream, and I probably wore them interchangeably as many times, but I just brought out this pair to show you as a favorite. But these are the, I think, gosh, what are they called? They're from Abercrombie and Fitch. I'll put the name up. You guys, why am I so bad about not doing my research before I start filming and I have to put something up here? It has a name and I just can't think of it. They are extremely popular. They're one of, I think, Abercrombie's best sellers. I love them. They're just, you know, a straight leg. They do have, you know, one pleat, or no, yeah, here we go. One pleat here on each side, so they're not heavily pleated. They've got obviously belt loops, which, you know, allows you to wear a belt and have a really finished look. And you've seen me style these again during the month of April with some of these other things that I'm going to show you here, obviously also including these t-shirts. But yeah, I just think the flow of them is great. I have owned the Aritzia ones as well. Those are called the Effortless pants, if I'm not mistaken. And honestly, dollar for dollar, and these are less expensive, I'd go with the Abercrombie ones. All right, the next item I have in at least 3 colors that I can think of off the top of my head at the moment, and that is this oversized cardigan, which is a pretty good dupe for the Jenny Kane Cocoon cardigan. Now, this is in like a cotton fabrication. In fact, let me just double check here, except that I ripped the tag out, so I don't know. But I don't think it has any wool in it. It may be like a cotton acrylic blend, something like that. But this is from Amazon and it is really well priced. And I will be doing, because one of you asked me to do my sort of Amazon favorite clothing, so I will kind of gather those pieces together and do a separate video on that. But I know you guys have been loving this because this is definitely going to be in the top 10 for sure. I know you guys have been loving these cardigans. They're super, super comfortable. They're not itchy at all because, like I said, I'm pretty sure it's a cotton, either 100% cotton or a cotton blend. And like I said, I have them in multiple colors. Love these, and I know you guys are too. All right, so the next item, last month I showed you as one of my favorites were the Spanx Air Essential wide leg pants, the one that has like the racing stripe that goes down it. And I still love that pant, but I thought, you know, Lisa, you need to kind of give that pant a rest. So I went back to wearing my plain ones. So I have them in black and in navy blue. I do believe, considering I'm wearing navy, this must be the black pair. Sometimes I have a hard time telling. But this is just the regular, you know, wide leg, the original Air Essentials pants. It's got a, you know, elasticized waistband. It does have a drawstring here, so if you need to cinch it in, make it a little tighter. I have a jumpsuit. Yeah, a jumpsuit. Yeah, a jumpsuit. From Amazon in a dupe fabric. I'll do like a side-by-side comparison because that will be in that favorites Amazon video that I do. It's about as close as I think you can come when it comes to the Air Essentials line. But in all honesty, there is nothing exactly like this fabric. I don't know what they do. I don't know what magic they weave into this fabric when they're creating it, but it is just so comfortable and so drapey, and it just feels amazing on the body. So if you haven't if you haven't jumped into the Air Essentials pool yet, again, I highly recommend. I know several of you, again, have bought, I believe, the ones with the racing stripes, but if you're looking, if you don't want that kind of look and you just want a plain look, highly recommend the solid colors, and they come in quite a few colors now. When I bought mine, I think they only came in like black, navy, and like cream or something, or taupe, something like that. But they've definitely expanded because this is an extremely popular line from Spanx. All right, my last clothing item will sort of look familiar to you, but it's a little bit different. And this is my sort of tweed jacket from H&M, actually. So as you may recall, last month, it was definitely on your favorites, and I think it was on my favorites too, was my Abercrombie version of this jacket. This, I would say, is super, super similar. And, now that we're getting into some warmer months, I obviously want to lighten things up and not wear my black one as much. And so I've been wearing this one. And again, obviously I will be putting some pictures up here, but I have been loving this jacket. It is lined also, just like the Abercrombie one is. And I'm not gonna remember the price. You can, like I said, click on the link and it'll take you to the item. It's definitely less expensive than the Abercrombie one, and I think honestly it's just as good. So if you are looking for a sort of a Chanel inspired look and you want something in a lighter color, I would highly recommend this one from H&M. I think it's something they carry pretty much all year round and have been carrying for a while now. I know I saw that they added like a pink one. When I have linked it in my LTK shop, I noticed that when I went to go grab the link, they added a pink color. So I'm pretty sure this is going to be a staple item for them. But yeah, I've been loving this jacket. All right, and last but certainly not least, and I'm sure what a lot of you have been waiting for, are the handbags that made it into my top 5 for April. And like I said, I just simply took this by looking back at the pictures of the outfits that I wore and used during the month of April. So the first bag, as I reach over here, would be my black Hermes Picotin. This is one that I've had now for, oh gosh, I think maybe since 2021, something like that. I got it, I was able to actually buy it over the phone from what then became my regular sales associate at the Denver boutique. So love this bag, despite it being only a hand carry bag. This bag is just so easy to carry in the city. And, when I'm reaching for a handheld bag only, or just something that I want that's casual, sometimes some of my other black bags, if I'm wearing an outfit that I want a black bag for, just sometimes I don't feel like maybe goes with the look that I'm trying to create. And so if it's something where I'm a little more casual, let's say I'm wearing those Spanx Air Essentials pants and a black hoodie or something, I'm not gonna grab my, Chanel mini in the so black. I could, but anyway, my point is that I generally will look then for a somewhat casual black bag, and this just fits the bill. So number 1 is my black Hermes Picotin. And just in the same vein, this little cutie, which is not an Hermes Picotin, although it looks very similar to an Hermes Picotin, is this bucket bag from Tiffany and Fred. And I purchased mine off of I think it's the Premium Outlets website. I had one of you tell me that you saw it, and I think you were just going to the Tiffany and Fred website, their own website, which honestly I didn't even know existed. But they're definitely cheaper on the Shop Premium. So make sure that if you're looking for these bags, and they come in a bunch of different colors, you can get it in black. It comes in this beautiful purple. In fact, I know one of you got the purple, and I hope you're loving it because that was definitely on my list. But it comes in a bunch of different colors. So definitely check the links in the description box because that will take you directly to them. Because for some reason on the Shop Premium, there's a Tiffany and Fred Paris and there's a Tiffany and Fred. And I don't know what the difference is, but I will tell you that there are different things depending on which one you select. So I've done kind of all the legwork for you. So I will put links for like all of the colors in the description box. So if you're looking for a specific color, you can just click on that link and you don't have to go find it, because trust me, you can't like search for it by name because they're pretty much all named the same thing. Like all their bags, like it's just a leather bag or something. So it's kind of like finding a needle in a haystack, but it's definitely worth going to look, just because they've got, like I said, Fendi Peekaboo kind of lookalikes. They've got a bunch of Bottega lookalikes. Anyway, I'm digressing. This bag has just been amazing, especially, you know, when I'm wearing this kind of jacket and, you know, I'm wearing this with the white H&M, you know, Skims Dupe t-shirt underneath it with those tan pants from Abercrombie, and this bag, I'm serving a look, guys. I am. All right, the third bag that I have gotten a lot of use of and was one of my favorites, obviously, in the month of April, is one that was a result of a lot of rain that we experienced here in New York over the last month. And so that means that I brought out my Prada 2005 Re-Edition quite a few times in the month of April. And I guess, you know, the old adage of, you know, April showers bring May flowers was certainly true, because we had a lot of rain. Poor Nick had, I think, 4 or 5 baseball games rained out, unfortunately, because we had so much rain in the month of April. It does seem, hopefully, like we're maybe beyond that and getting in some nicer spring weather. But as you guys know, I bought this as my rainy day bag and I have not looked back. I love this bag, so not a surprise that this made it into my favorites for April. This next bag kind of surprised me how many times I used it in the month of April, because it's not a bag that I use that often, but I absolutely love and, you know, would never think of getting rid of, or at least not in the future that I can see at the moment. And that is my Sex in the City Purple Rain Baguette. As you know, quite a few of us in the community own this bag now, and I just love it. I wore it to this yacht party event that Nick took me to. Yes, I know, who like my 15-year-old is taking me to a yacht party. Anyway, I digress, but I wore this bag, and then I've also worn it a couple of other times. I wore it to lunch with a friend of mine. I wore it to theater a couple weeks ago as well, and it's such a beautiful bag. I wore it actually in the Dior vlog, so yeah, I'll pop a picture up of that. I forgot that was one of the days I wore it as well, and I got so many compliments on this bag. It's such a stunning bag, and it captures the light, and one of the better purchases that I had in 2023. And the final bag that I used and was a favorite in April is one that was rescued out of storage. And so very happy to have this back. And it is one that I recently introduced you guys to, and that is my Baby Niki in the stone color, I think. Once again, should have done some research. I'll pop the name of the color up here, and like I said, it'll be linked below as well. But this is such an easy bag to carry. Oh my gosh. I could pretty much guarantee that you will see me add another one of these to my collection in 2025. Not in this year, because I don't have that many options under my low buy. And I've already bought one and maybe have another on the way, and you guys still haven't seen that. We're getting so close, guys. I think we just need like 100 more people to get to 4,000, and then I can reveal my bag that I bought like a month ago or so. But this bag has just been amazing. I love, you know, it's got this super easy to access back pocket there. It's got this little pocket in the front where I generally put my Louis Vuitton key pouch or clay. And yeah, it's just been great. It is the perfect crossbody. I can't rave enough about it. So highly, highly recommend the Niki Baby, the Saint Laurent Baby Niki. So that is it, my friends. I hope you enjoyed seeing what I was loving in the month of April. As I mentioned, the next video, which should be out on Friday, will be your favorites from the month of April. So it will be very interesting for me to look at my analytics and see what you guys were loving during the month of April. And I just do like the top 10. I don't break it into categories because I don't have that many favorites of things. You know, I'm not like this person who people are buying from constantly. You're using my links constantly. So anyway, but it is fun to see what you guys are clicking on and loving as well. So that will be out on Friday. If you enjoyed this video, I would love it if you would give it a thumbs up. Again, let me know in the comments what kind of things you were loving in the month of April. It can be from any of these categories or whatever other category you want to share. Just let me know that in the comments. If you haven't subscribed and like this kind of content, I would love to have you here. As I sort of mentioned, I'm trying to get to 4,000 subscribers, and you can help me out by just clicking that subscribe button down below and the notification bell so you know when I upload videos. If you haven't had enough of me yet, I will pop another video up here for you to watch. And wherever you are, I hope you are having an amazing day or evening, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.